So a lot of faceless YouTubers and content creators generally using AI usually have issues with adding emotions and pauses to their speech. Sometimes when we use this text to speech AIs, they sound robotic. You just want some emotions, you want some pauses, you want them to take a short breath before connecting to sentences. But in most cases, even when you try to reduce the pace or the speed, yeah, is going to be a bit slow, not too fast while delivering the speech. But your audio might not still have that human like touch because they just sometimes most of them just speaks like you're just rushing your speech. So a lot of people used to find this questionable, just like me as well, because the text to audio, all the text to audio AIs I use, I try to always reduce the speed, but most times I don't really get what I want. I'm going to use this video on my screen as a reference to show you exactly what I mean. And then I'm going to show what I did. This video is a YouTube short I posted in one of my channels. I don't know if it's this channel, but I posted it as a short. And then after generating my audio, it was just picking, when to me, it makes your audio sound too robotic. It makes it sound too robotic, and then you just want it to sound human. Even though we're using AIs for our work, you still want that feeling of when people are watching your video, you still want them to have that feeling that, oh, there's a human behind this video, not everything just looking and sounding robotic. So I want to show you what I did. I did this today, and this is the day 4 of my AI experience vlog. You're welcome, and I hope you subscribe so you can watch day 5, the up to day 60 that I plan to do. So this is it. I'm going to go ahead and play this audio right now because this audio was actually generated using Clipchamp. Like I promised in my previous videos, I'm going to make a video about how I use Clipchamp on my Android phone to generate speeches. Then I'm going to play this video. You're going to listen to the before and after. Then you tell me which is actually preferable, which one actually sounds more human like, which one would you love to listen to, which one is more enjoyable. So I don't want this video to be too long. So I'm just going to go ahead right now and do this editing. Let's get to it. So I'm going to play this video so you can listen to it and then you listen to what I'm trying to talk about. So this is the video.
My
My
child,
child,
when the
when the
storms of
storms of
life
life
rise
rise
against
against
you,
you,
do
do
not be
not be
afraid.
afraid.
I am
I
your
am your
shelter and
shelter
your
and your
strong
strong
tower.
tower.
My
My
word
word
declares in
declares in
Psalm
Psalm
46.
46.
Without even going further, from this short speech you heard, you can see that there are places where, even from the very third word, the very third statement it made, even from the very third word it pronounced, I think there was already that rush and that robotic touch there. So I'm going to open my audio right now because I can actually edit my audio directly because the audio was imported from my media into this video because it was generated with AI. Assuming I actually did a voiceover directly on this video, I still would have been able to do the same thing I'm going to show you right now because I can just go and edit the voiceover. It's going to show. So right now I'm going to click on the audio. For InShot, I use InShot Video Editor. For InShot, this is also edit your audio. I don't know about every other video editing app, but for InShot, if you want to edit your audio, if you want to do anything to your audio, add to it, remove from it, split it, cut out, you click on audio. So you can see this is my audio. So I'm going to simply go ahead and click my audio right now, and then I'll go back. I'm going to click on my audio. You can see that purple line up there. That's the icon, that's the line that represents my audio. So I'm going to play it and then add some little pauses to it. Like let it just breathe after saying certain things. So it can sound at least a little bit human like, because the fact that we're using AI doesn't mean everything should just be robotic. It should be enjoyable and interesting and give that feeling of, oh, sometimes when you even listen to certain AI, You are not able to differentiate between AIs and natural voices. So let's go ahead and do it. I'm going to apply this to even the very first sentence he made because the rush was actually not too good for me. So this is it.
My
My
child,
child,
when the
when the
storms of
storms of
life
life
rise
rise
against you,
against you,
After saying my child, before going ahead to say when the storms of life rise against you, shouldn't there be a pause? I think there should be. So I'm going to put a little pause between the statement my child and then after my child, it pauses a little and then go ahead to continue with the next statement. So I'm going to do that right now. What I'm simply going to do is after saying the my child, I'm going to pause it. Then let's see.
my
my
child,
child,
I paused. So what I'm simply going to do now is I'm going to click the voice, which is this purple, this. Then I'll look for split in my icon. So this is split. I click on split. So it has splitted it, but even though it's already in that split mode, there is no pause yet because I need to create that pause. I need to separate my audio a little bit. I need to give it some gap. There should be a gap between those two lines. Of course, this my vlog is actually a complete video editing course that anyone that follows it to the end should be able to generate, compile, and even edit their videos A to Z. So do well to stick to the end of this. It's for 60 days and I'm going to be dropping hot informations. So this is it. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to drag this side. I'm going to drag it, separate it a little. You can see from here, there's a little space between this and this. Look at it. You can see that space, that dark space. That's the little space. So now I'm going to play it so you listen to it and tell me if that pause actually makes more sense than. Tell me if this pause actually makes better sense than the first thing we had. So let's see.
my
my
child,
child,
when the
when the
storms of
storms of
life
life
rise
rise
against
against
you.
you,
You see, that pause actually makes it look like, oh, this person is not rushing the speech. So I'm going to add it again because let's listen to the audio further and then I'm going to show you where I think the next pause should appear.
My
my
child,
child,
when the
when the
storms of
storms of
life
life
rise
rise
against you,
against you,
do
do
not be
not be
afraid.
afraid.
Before saying jumping to say do not be afraid, why can't he just breathe? So I'm going to add another pause, maybe not as long as this, since everything is trying to say is still in one sentence, but at least something just represent a comma, not possibly not a full stop, but a comma. You know when you speak, when they teach us English, they tell you comma is when you pause. Just pause a little. Full stop is when you stop, like you stop and breathe. In this case, it doesn't necessarily have to breathe. Just pause. Just pause. So I'm going to add another short pause in between those two statements. So this is it.
When the
When the
storms of
storms of
life
life
rise
rise
against you,
against you,
So I paused it. Immediately after mentioning the last word, the last statement, I'm going to pause it. Then I'm going to click on it. Then I'm going to look for split. This is split. Split. Because if I don't split it, I can't move it. If I try to move it before without splitting, it's going to move the entire audio. So now that I've split it, I'm going to move this a little, maybe not as wide as this first one, but at least let it just breathe. Just breathe. Look at it. Just a little space. So now let's play it from this beginning. Let's play from the beginning and see what we have.
my
my
child,
child,
when the
when the
storms of
storms of
life
life
rise
rise
against
against
you,
you,
do
do
not be
not be
afraid.
afraid.
I think it makes more sense. It makes it sound more human like. Like I said, I don't want this video to be too long. I don't want to waste your time. I actually do this to all of my audios because it actually takes a little bit of time. Because, of course, before you do this, imagine you have 30 minutes long video and you start doing this. But until I'm able to get an AI free that I don't have to pay for that can add these emotions for me, I think for now I'll continue doing this. Maybe when I'm tired, I have to just opt in for some subscription for my text to speech. But for now, I'm still using the free one. And this is what I do to add a little bit of emotion and human like touch to my audio. So thanks for watching the day 4 of my AI experience vlog. I hope to see you in the next one. Do well to subscribe.